Hello, welcome back to Healing Mama Podcast. I am Val, aka Healing Mama, and today's episode is episode 25. There's always a rainbow after the rain. So the quote for today is: after rain, there's a rainbow. After a storm, there's calm. After the night, there's morning. And after an ending, there's a new beginning. And I love this one because I feel like there are so many of us, including myself, where right now we are going through things, right? We're going through change. We can be going through a relationship breakup. We can be going through health issues. We can be going through financial, marriage, whatever it is. I feel like there's a lot of us going through that right now, right? Left and right, I'm hearing like, hey, this is going on, this is going on. And everybody's going through something. And I feel like it's easy to get caught and stuck in the rain, the storm. But at the end of it, right, there's always a rainbow. There's always going to be a rainbow, even in slight mist. Sometimes, it'll be raining and then it just was a drizzle and there's a rainbow. And so there's always a promise that there's a rainbow after the rain. And so there's a promise that after your storm, there's going to be a rainbow and everything's going to be okay. And so I really want to just hop on and not really even talk so much about my story or what's going on, but I want to hop on and I want to tell you guys, like, whatever you're going through, it's not the end of the day. It may feel like it, and you might feel like you're drowning, you're overwhelmed, you don't know where to go, you're looking left, right, things aren't lining up the way they're supposed to. But at the end of the day, it is. You just can't see it, right? We're so stuck on going into this one path. And this is the path we want to take. This is the path that we're on. We're not going to shift. We're not going to, wiggle any kind of bit to God because we're like, nope, this is what I want. This is what I want. We're headstrong. We're pushing, right? And it makes our storms take longer than they're supposed to, in the sense of we make it a little bit harder sometimes. And I do that, myself. And I feel like right now, just so many of us are hurting. So many of us are in pain and don't know where we're going to find that rainbow, don't know when we're going to see it. We're just going through so much. And my heart is so heavy. My heart is heavy. And it's been something that I've been thinking about for weeks now on this, in the terms of my loved ones, my friends, my family, people that I see from a distance. I can see the pain and it pains me. And I want to tell you guys, everything's going to be okay. Keep pushing, keep going. And when you feel like you can't do it anymore, reach out to somebody, but know that after every storm, there is a rainbow. After every dark night, there's a brighter day. And you will see that. And you will see that you learned something through that storm, right? I feel like what I'm learning in life now is every storm happens for a reason, right? It could be that we're realigning ourselves. It could be that we're not in alignment with who we are supposed to be for our greatest and highest good and we're getting readjusted. It can be that during that storm, we see people's true colors. We see who's for us and who's against us. It could be a wide array of things, but we're learning something. It's not that just a storm happens and we don't learn something, right? And I know that so many people are hurting. I could feel it. I could see it. And it's something that I want everybody to know. You're going to be okay. You're going to push through. And at times when you're like, God, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I just can't keep going. Give it to him. I do that all the time. For example, I was meditating a few days ago and I was like, you know what? Like, I have this going on. I'll be completely transparent with you guys. We are living in an apartment when we moved back to California. We got an apartment just because it was going to be the fastest, easiest thing. And I needed to make sure that the kids were back in school and there was no downtime. So we got an apartment. I've been miserable in this apartment, right? And so at the same time, as much as I'm miserable, I'm like, okay, I'm miserable, but hey, you know what? Let's step in with the gratitude and the appreciations. I'm thankful I have a roof over my head and my kids and my family's head. I'm grateful that they have AC. I'm grateful that they have groceries in the refrigerator, right? So again, going back to the gratitude things, but this is not what that's about, right? So we've been in this apartment and it's been 8 months and it's been hard for me. I haven't lived in an apartment. I can't even remember. I think it's been like over 15 years. And so we haven't lived in an apartment, and we have our dogs. And so it's, you know, 4 dogs, 4 people, tight space. Needless to say, it's been overwhelming. And this scenario by any means isn't trying to say that I have a storm, right? This is just something that's going on. And I want you to be able to feel like you can relate in the sense of what I'm going through in certain things. So again, we're in this apartment and it's been driving me nuts. And I'm still on, depression medication, and I still get my waves, ups and downs. And um not really downs. I just sometimes I get little instances of me feeling like I can feel that the low is coming and I'm able to work through that. But I feel like me being in this space no longer serves me, right? I feel like this apartment was for a season, and in my head I'm like, God, this season is done. I can't do this anymore. And so we are looking for a home, and the market is so tough. It's so frustrating. It's like we see these houses, we put in our interest, we see all of this stuff, and it's like decline, 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 decline. One person told me, we had 80 applicants. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm stuck here in this apartment forever. And it sucks because it's like, I'm like trying to do this, and it's like I'm juggling 1,000 things on top of I'm trying to look for houses. I'm trying to set up showings and viewings or look at open houses. And it's been tough because I know what I want, right? And I feel like I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing. I'm like, no, God, like, I'm ready now. Like, I need it now. Like, come on. Like, let's go, please. And he's like, pump your brakes, girl. Like, I know what I'm doing. It's in my timing. And so I have to let go of that control. Again, it's not in any sense to where I'm saying this is a storm that's compatible or relatable to a lot of people's storms that are going on right now. But this is something that, for me, it disturbs my inner peace because I'm not happy. So I wake up in the morning and I start going through my gratitudes before I even open my eyes. And then I open my eyes and I'm like, I'm stuck in this apartment versus being grateful. But it is something that it does weigh on me every single day. And I'm like, God, I don't want to be here in this apartment anymore. I want my boys to have a space to where they can run outside. And by my boys, I mean my dogs. And then I want my kids to have bigger spaces. I don't want them to be so confined. I want them to be able to go outside, and not that they can't go outside at the apartment, right? I want them to be able to feel comfortable in it, because even when I go outside, I water my plants. It's just like, I have neighbors everywhere. And sometimes I just want space for me. Like, I would love to go sit outside and meditate and, not have 15 neighbors pass by in a matter of 15 minutes. And so it's a matter of finding my peace and my space, right? And I feel like, again, there's a season for everything. This apartment, this season, in my head, I'm like, God, it served its purpose. Like, I'm ready to move on next season. And so I'm going through this internal battle of, I'm like, okay, God, like, I keep trying to do this. It's getting bad. And it's like, I can hear him tell me, like, hey, it's because I'm supposed to take control of this and you're not letting me. And so I'm like, okay, like, you can have control. And I'm like, maybe not. Like, let me get that control back just a little bit. But it's hard, right? Because I, again, from previous episodes said I had issues with the control aspect, because it was what made me feel like I can feel comfortable. I could feel safe. And so it's been tough. And, it's something that I've told my husband. I'm like, hey, like, it puts me in a funk. Like, it puts me in this sadness of, like, I feel like it's a never ending apartment hole and we're never going to get out. I know that there's other people that are struggling relationship wise, and I might not be struggling right now with relationships or in my relationship, but I can tell you, I have 1,000 times, over 1,000 times, me and my husband have struggled. We've separated, we've contemplated divorce, we have gone through everything under the sun. And I always tell people, I'm here, right? I've said it, I think, in every podcast. I'm here if you want to talk and you need somebody to listen to you, or a shoulder to cry on, or somebody to give advice. And I have been through it, guys. I have been in that boat to where, now people are like, oh, couple goals. No, maybe that's what you see now, right? And even at that, I feel like couple goals isn't a real thing because nobody sees what goes on inside your homes, inside those four walls, right? And not that anything's going on, but everybody can seem perfect, right? And so it's easy to paint a pretty picture on social media, but in real life, behind those four walls and those closed spaces, that's when people are going through it. That's when people are, arguing, they're being physical with one another, whatever the case is, verbally, physically, sexually abused, and they feel stuck. Because I've been there. I've felt stuck. I've felt like, you know what? There's been times where Andres and I had our issues, and I'm like, can I actually find somebody who's going to love me for the broken me? Again, we were separated for like 2 years, and I honestly in the beginning was like, I'm ready to get a divorce. I'm ready to get a divorce. And you know, we went our separate ways, and I was figuring out who I was as a person. He was figuring out who he was, what he needed to fix, what I needed to fix. And then in the long run, it was like, no, like we are meant for each other, and we can get through this and we can work on it, right? But going through that storm and going through it at the end was a rainbow. And that rainbow is now. That rainbow is the years that we have lived, and we've been able to work and communicate and get through tough times. And I'm not saying to stay, right? If you're in any kind of abusive relationship, please, please, please don't stay. Like, speak to a therapist, speak to a friend, speak to a family member, get out, especially if you are in an abusive relationship. So what my point is, at the end of the day, you go through these storms, right? And I gave my example of my husband, and it could have gone the other way, right? We could have gotten a divorce, but that was the storm, that was the season. And I didn't necessarily have that, but at the end of the day, the rainbow was that we got back together. The rainbow was that we were able to grow and learn and be able to work on ourselves and work through things and then work together. And so it could be marriage, it could be financial. You could have lost your job. You could have, a job where you hate it and you're not making enough money and you're like, hey, there's no work-life balance. You can be miserable. You could be sitting in this, but I could tell you, you can get out. You can get out. Give it to your higher power and say, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I need your help. Guide me. Guide me through this. Open doors that are supposed to be open and close the doors that aren't. And I say that every single day when I wake up. I'm like, God, open the doors that need to be open. Open the doors and windows that are for me and close anything else that isn't. I don't want to step into a door and it's not mine. Or I don't want to step into a door prematurely and I want to be ready for it, right? And sometimes it's just words. Sometimes I do feel differently, right? But it's fake it till you make it, in a sense of I'm going to continue to say that until my body, my soul aligns with it. I wanted to tell you guys, if you're feeling like you can't go on anymore and you're contemplating taking your life or hurting yourself, don't be ashamed. I've been there. I've thought a million ways on how to take my life. If you listen to the very first podcast, I break it down to where I felt like I was just causing more pain and I couldn't live in the pain that I had. And I was trying to think of every way possible to take my life without hurting my kids, without hurting my family. And in all reality, that doesn't exist, right? And so if you are getting to that place, please, please, please reach out to me, reach out to family, reach out to a hotline, because I can tell you that is something that we can fix. You can get help with. You can speak to somebody. You can get on medication. You can work through it, through therapy, through inner child trauma healing. You can get through it. I've been there. That was a season and I'm in my rainbow. And not that I have every day is a good day, but I am in such a better place, right? And it's having the sense of knowing, hey, I'm not in a good place right now. I'm not in a good headspace and I need to talk to somebody because this is just an emotion. This is a feeling. This is a storm. But if you sit there and you are sulking in your sorrows, it's only going to continue to get worse. So don't let it do that. Step out, get some sunlight, know and tell yourself, this is just a moment. This is just a feeling. It's going to pass me by. Let me talk to somebody. Let me get help. Let me lean on somebody. You don't always have to carry the burdens by yourself. Sometimes you can just go and you could talk to somebody, you could talk to God, you could talk to your higher power, you could talk to a friend, and you're like, hey, I can't do this. I need help, and get that support. But don't run to the wrong people, because there are people that you can run to that want you to go deeper into that hole. There are people that you think that are on your team that aren't. So run to the people and know the people that have your back. And if you don't know me, you just came across this podcast, this video, this YouTube video, whatever it is, and you don't know me, I promise you, I don't have to know you. I've been in your shoes. I'm in your corner. Reach out to me. I'm here to help you. And know that you're going to be okay. It sucks. It could suck right now. You could be hurting, but you are going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Life is going to take you through hundreds of storms, right? Ups, downs. It's a roller coaster. That's what life is. We're here to learn something. We're here to grow. We're here to develop. We're here to find what our purpose is. And there's a lot of things that are going to happen in order to be in alignment with what that purpose is. But if you let a storm stop you and you let that emotion sink inside of your soul, it will win. So don't let it do that. Step up, step outside, go for a walk, and get some sunlight. Take a breath and be kind to yourself and tell yourself, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through this. Let me reach out to a friend. Let me work on getting a therapy appointment. Let me reach out to a hotline and know that you're going to be okay. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, if I could do it and I come with all these issues, I thought about taking my life, you can do it. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. You are so worth it. You have a purpose. You're strong. Keep going. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody get in your way. You can do this. You are going to be more than you ever imagined. And know that when you wake up in the morning, step into that power and tell yourself, I'm stepping into my power. I'm stepping into my purpose. This sadness, this heartache, this depression, this anxiety, it doesn't win. It doesn't get to hold me down. It doesn't win. I step into my peace. I step into my power. I step into my purpose. And tell yourself that every single day that you wake up. And if you have a second to where you're like, you know what, the negative self-talk comes back into your head, stop it. Stop it. And the moment that you realize that you're in that pattern, you're in that headspace, tell yourself, I am enough. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the sky. I'm grateful that I'm breathing. I'm grateful that I'm able to breathe on my own. Because guess what, guys? Some people are out there on a breathing machine. They can't breathe on their own. They wish that they could breathe on their own. Some people are in the hospital. And I know sometimes people are like, hey, Val, like that's obvious people were in the hospital. But when you really stop and you think about how lucky you are to not be in the hospital, how lucky you are to not be sick, how lucky you are to be able to breathe on your own, people can't do that. So be grateful and know that you are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. You might not know that purpose yet, but you will. Step into that peace, step into that power, and know that your purpose is coming. And after every storm, there's a rainbow, guys. Just remember that. That's a promise. That's my God's promise. I don't know who your God is. I'm not trying to put my religious beliefs on you, but I know what my God is. And I know that my God tells me that after every storm, there's a rainbow. So I'm going to hold that true to my heart. And I'm going to hold him to it. God, you told me that after every storm, there is a rainbow. And that is where I'm at. That is the place that I'm at right now. And you can be there too. So I didn't mean to get too preachy on you today. I just have to let it out. And I have to tell you, this is how I feel. And again, I'm not trying to put my beliefs, my spirituality on anyone. I'm speaking my piece. If it resonates with you, wonderful. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, I might not be for you. There might be other podcasts. And at the end of the day, I'm here to help people that are in line with how I feel. And I just want to help people, guys. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And I want to let you know you're not alone. And you're going to be okay because you can be the person that you want to be. And it's going to be tough sometimes, but you can get through it. I am an example. I am a living example of somebody who's been through storms, somebody who's been through ups and downs and at life's lowest pit. I am somebody who's been there. And if I can do it, you can do it. If I can get out, you can get out. And I send you so, so much love from the bottom of my heart. In every way, I send you so much love, peace, hope, happiness, joy. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. We are on YouTube, Podcastle, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on everything. And if you'd like to email me, please email me at healingmamapodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.